The Best of Times. Chapter 1 The Splendid City. Li Guang City, a city shimmering with golden luster, neon, and the sky are intertwined, and the sky is like scattered glass fragments. On the streets, there are a dazzling array of shops, and vehicles that blend machinery and magic shuttle through the sky. This is the best of times and the worst of times. Seville Chen Guang is the city's most unreasonable young man. He often wears a jacket with a silver streamer, rides a semi-aircraft between cities, and always holds a small time crystal watch in his hand. Today, he plans to use his wisdom to earn a relaxed and interesting wealth. Chen Guang, what do you want to do? Pilo, the mechanical cat who jumped off his shoulder, asked, his eyes glowing and his tail curled into a gear shape. Today, I want to win a mysterious magical relic at the largest auction in Li Guang City. The corners of Seville's mouth rose slightly, and his eyes flashed with cunning. The auction is located in the floating tower at the heart of the city, made of transparent crystal, with different gravitational magic suspended on each floor. This auction brings together the world's strongest adventurers, wealthy businessmen, magicians, and even mysterious guests from the other world. Chapter 2 Competition in the Shadows. When Seville stepped into the auction hall of the floating tower, he felt the smell of gunpowder filling the air. Everyone wears a mask, and behind the mask are unscrupulous desires and ambitions. You're finally here, Chen Guang. A girl in a purple-black robe appeared, with a glowing rune book hanging from her shoulder. Her name is Nerian Phantom, a sorcerer from the other world who specializes in manipulating time fragments. Seville smiled slightly. Nerian, you are here to join in the fun. The auction begins, and the first item is the Chaos Feather Fan, which is said to change the structure of space in a short period of time. Unhurried, Seville used the time crystallization watch to map his bid with his opponent's strategy at the same time, and finally won the bid at the last second. Nerian exclaimed in a low voice, sure enough, it is the morning light. However, this is just the beginning. The next item is a meteor heart that can channel energy fluctuations and even awaken sleeping otherworldly beings. The auction competition is getting stronger and stronger, and the forces of light and darkness intertwine in the high-flying towers, which shake like a labyrinth that could collapse at any moment. Chapter 3 The Lost City of Illusions. After the auction, Seville and Nerian discovered that they had accidentally triggered the hidden mechanism of the floating tower, and the entire tower was swept into a fantasy maze. Time and space in the maze are no longer fixed, the streets flow like liquid, and the buildings deform at will. Seville pulls Nerian across the country, where they encounter a team of warriors from the Desert Kingdom, Allah Flam Ehart and Shalene Stardust. Here. It's not just an illusion, it's the entrance to another world. Alawi warns. In the labyrinth, they encounter talking boulders, floating crystal dragons, and phantom monsters that can manifest memories. Every battle is like solving a puzzle, where strategy and wisdom are more important than strength. Seville uses the time crystal watch and Nerian's illusion to continuously guide the team through difficulties and become the only being in the maze who can walk freely. Chapter 4 The Dark Pact. In the deepest part of the labyrinth, Seville discovers an ancient altar with a black crystal floating on it. This is the core of the Dark Pact. Seville was shocked. A deep voice sounded, anyone who sets foot on this place will gain supreme power, but at the cost of being forever subject to darkness. Seville looked at Nerian with a firm look in his eyes. Power should not restrict our freedom, we must rely on our own wisdom to win. He used the time crystal watch to block the dark crystal and used the meteor heart to trigger spatial resonance, reversing the dark energy and causing the illusion maze to begin to disintegrate. At the moment of disintegration, a huge phantom beast flew out of the crack. It had 1,000 eyes and 1,000 wings, and its sound shook the earth like a bell. Seville fights alongside his companions, defeating the Eidolon with wit and magic, and sealing it in the heart of meteor. Chapter 5 Behind the Prosperity. After returning to Li Guang City, Seville became a legend in the city, and his wisdom and courage made people from all walks of life awe-inspiring. Nerian stayed by his side, and Alavi and Shalene became regular allies. However, behind the prosperity on the surface of the city, dark forces are quietly brewing. The powerful and the Chamber of Commerce secretly operated, wanting to turn Li Guangcheng into their private world. Seville understood that the real challenge was just beginning. This era. It's the best and the worst. Seville looked down on the city from the air, the breeze blew, and a smile flashed in his eyes. Chapter 6 The Battle of the Sky. The skies of Li Guang City are suddenly surrounded by dozens of flying warships, and the Ice Blade Alliance from the northern ice country claims to take over the city and bring a magical core that can control the climate. Seville takes his companions and takes on the battle with a team of aircraft created by a mixture of magic and technology. He uses the time crystal watch to create a spatial loop, causing enemies to fall into an infinite loop. Nerian uses illusion to turn the battleship into crystal shards, and Alavi and Shaylin deliver precision strikes in the air. The battle in the sky shook the entire city of Li Guang, and the city residents witnessed this strange scene from the rooftops and pontoon bridges. In the end, the Ice Blade Alliance was defeated, but the magic core they left behind became the subject of a new round of research by Seville. Chapter 7 The Encounter of Light and Darkness. Over time, Li Guang City became more prosperous, and technology and magic coexisted. Seville and his friends established the Light Guardian Society to protect the city from otherworldly invasions and dark conspiracies. One day, a mysterious boy appeared. His name was Suzy Yehan, from the future world, and brought a warning: Li Guang City will face an unprecedented crisis, and the dark gods will invade from multiple dimensions. Seville raised his eyebrows slightly. Then let's see if wisdom can overcome fate. Chapter 8 The Battle of the Multi-Dimensions. The dark gods descended, bringing with them the ability to warp space and time. Li Guangcheng fell into panic. The sky and the earth intertwined, and the city seemed to float above the endless abyss. Seville forms a core team with Nerian, Alavi, Shaylin, and Suzy to activate the extreme power of the Meteor Heart and the Time Crystal Watch. Harem-like allies and city dwellers support each other, forming a huge formation where light and magic intertwine. The battles are thrilling, with lightning in the sky intertwining with magical pops, and every second can change the ending. In the end, Seville used his incomparable wisdom and the cooperation of his partners to seal the dark gods in the multidimensional rift, and Li Guang City was reborn. Chapter 9 The Best of Times. After the war, Li Guang City ushered in true peace. City dwellers create unprecedented prosperity in the fusion of wisdom, magic, and technology. Seville and his friends no longer pursue fame and fortune, but enjoy the fun of exploration and creation. They opened the Academy of Magic and Technology to lead a new generation of adventurers to explore the unknown. This is the best of times and the worst of times. Seville smiled, but as long as you have wisdom and courage, everyone can live a wonderful life. The sky is blue again, the floating tower reappears, and Li Guang City shines in light and dreams, becoming the starting point of countless legendary stories. Chapter 10 Daily Life in the Other World. The peace in Li Guang City brought a brief moment of tranquility, but Seville and his companions soon discovered that the mysterious power of the otherworldly had never truly disappeared. Early one morning, Seville receives a strange letter. The envelope is made of transparent crystal, and the text inside changes with the mood. Chen Guang, your daily life is about to be disrupted. Pilo meowed over his shoulder and his tail twirled gently, as if to remind his owner. The letter comes from a mysterious being named Shadow Moon, who claims to have control over an otherworldly city, Dark Silver City, parallel to Li Guang City, where the rules of creatures and magic are completely reversed. Seville smiled. Okay, just take a look at how strange Dark Silver City is. He summoned Nerian, Alavi, Shaylin, and Suzy to activate the resonance teleportation array of the Meteor Heart and Time Crystal Clock, and the five of them traveled to the other world together. Chapter 11 The Mystery of Dark Silver City. The sky of Dark Silver City is purple liquid, buildings float like giant jellyfish, and streets are woven with light. The inhabitants have a variety of strange forms, including translucent catmen, floating two-headed fishmen, and even some people are made up of runes. Here. It's more peculiar than our fantasy. Alavi exclaimed. Seville looked around and found that the city's energy core was twisted by dark magic, constantly absorbing the magic of Li Guang City. He decided to dive into the core to solve the problem, but the rules of Dark Silver City clearly didn't work according to common sense. Time would flow backwards, magic could backfire automatically, and even a simple walk would feel like walking in a maze. Nerian casts illusions and transforms into a mirror clone, guiding his companions through the labyrinth of light and shadow. Alavi and Shalene are in charge of guarding, and Susie uses futuristic technology to detect traps. Seville analyzed the otherworldly law step by step and calculated the safest path. Chapter 12 Magic Backlash. As they approach the core, they encounter a group of memory eaters, monsters that absorb the memories of those who come into contact and turn them into their own powers. Seville was the first to create a pause zone with the time crystal watch, and Naren projected a memory illusion into the enemy's eyes, plunging them into chaos. Be careful, they will learn everything you do. Naren shouted. During the battle, Shaylin was accidentally caught by the Devourer, and countless fragmented memory images appeared in front of her. Seville decisively cast the energy wave of the meteor heart, shaking the Devourer away, but it also consumed a lot of mana. Alavi took the opportunity to cast the Spear of Flame, completely incinerating the last Devourer. The five of them were shocked, but a smile appeared on the corner of Seville's mouth. This is adventure, isn't it? Chapter 13 The Core Decisive Battle. Upon reaching the core, they faced a massive crystal creature, the Dark Silver Patroness, whose every pulse could distort the surrounding space-time. Everyone, this time it depends on wisdom and cooperation. Seville said in a deep voice. Naren uses illusion to create multiple clones to guide the guardian spirit to attack misalignment. Alavi and Sherrian cast elemental attacks from both wings at the same time, while Susie analyzed the crystal structure to find energy reflection points. Seville stood directly in front of the core, resonating the time crystallization clock with the meteor heart, forming an energy resonance wave that reversed the power of the Dark Silver Patroness back to the core. After a thrilling battle, the guardian deity was sealed, and the space-time of Dark Silver City was restored to stability. The city's inhabitants regained their sense of freedom, and the sky of Dark Silver City gradually turned back to soft silver. Chapter 14 Return to Ligwang City. After returning to Ligwang City, Seville and his party were warmly welcomed by the city residents. Peace brings fleeting joy, but Seville knows that adventure never stops. Chen Guang, don't you plan to rest? Naren asked with a smile. Seville looked at the city's towers and sky and smiled slightly. This era is the best, but if you don't explore the unknown, how do you know how strong you are? They began to establish the Alien Adventure Academy in Ligwang City to cultivate a new generation of adventurers and monitor possible otherworldly threats. At the same time, he and his friends live a strange daily life, riding an aircraft to deliver goods, playing chess with otherworldly creatures, and observing magical meteor showers in the night sky. Life is full of freedom and fun. Chapter 15 The Restarted Ligwang City. After Li Guangcheng experienced the battle of the other world, every corner of the city shone with an unusual brilliance. The light from the top of the crystal tower flows endlessly, the magical runes on the streets dance with the wind, and the inhabitants are no longer afraid of any monsters. Seville Chenguang stood on the highest observation deck in Ligwang City, looking into the distance. This city can finally be quiet for a while. He laughed. Nerian floated beside Seville, holding a magical illusion chessboard in his hand. Quiet? You mean quiet without being chased by monsters? But I agree, I can rest for a while. Alavi and Shaylin teach a new generation of adventurers combat skills in the square, while Susie debugs otherworldly teleportation devices in the tech tower to ensure the city is ready for future crises. However, Seville knows that the real adventure never ends. Chapter 16 The Vision of the Streamer Festival. Li Guangcheng's annual Streamer Festival is coming, and the whole city is surrounded by colorful light. Legend has it that whenever there is a Streamer Festival, the portal of the other world will open slightly, allowing the two worlds to come into contact temporarily. This is a test. Seville whispered, the otherworldly forces are still stirring. At the climax of the Streamer Festival, a black pillar of light descends from the sky, bringing back a group of unknown creatures, all made of flowing shadows, capable of replicating the forms and abilities of their inhabitants. Nerian immediately casts an illusion that transforms the area around the pillar of light into a maze of illusions, guiding the enemy into chaos. Alavi and Shalene form a biplane to protect civilians as they retreat, while Susie activates the otherworldly detector to analyze the weaknesses of the Sombra. Seville resonated the time crystal clock with the heart of the meteor, creating a reverse energy wave that forced the Sombra to disintegrate itself. The night sky of Li Guang City was once again brilliant, and the residents were unaware of this sudden crisis, as if it were just an illusion. Chapter 17 The Source of Dark Shadows. Seville discovers that the Sombra creatures originate from a forgotten corner of the other world, the Flame Realm. The time and space of this world are distorted, and the energy is completely unstable, threatening the balance between Li Guang City and the otherworldly city if not stopped. He organized an elite team, Narian, Alavi, Charlene, and Susie, to pass through the gates of the other world and enter the Flame Realm again. Here, the sky is like lava rolling, rivers are made up of liquid light and shadow, and creatures have flowing forms and teleportation abilities. Seville and his companions must find the flame core in this bizarre world to seal the power of the shadow. On the way, they experienced a time reverse illusion, a talking flame behemoth, and a vortex of light and shadow that could absorb magic. In the test of life and death, the tacit understanding between partners deepens. Narian uses illusion to guide the illusion maze to trap enemies, Alavi cuts the energy chain with sword energy, Saren uses elemental magic to protect the team, Susie controls the technology device to stabilize the space, and Seville relies on intelligence to calculate the best path of action. Chapter 18 The Decisive Battle in the Flame Realm. In front of the Flame Core, Seville and his party faced the strongest Shadow King, the Dark Flame Monarch. It is a behemoth synthesized from countless black shadows, capable of mimicking the combat skills and magic of its enemies. Every skill you cast will be imitated by him. Naren warned. Seville pondered for a moment and resonated the Time Crystal Watch with the Meteor Heart again, creating a two-way inversion barrier that allowed the Dark Flame Monarch's imitation skills to cancel each other out. Companions perform special moves at the same time, Alai's Flame Sword, Saren's Frost Spear, Narian's Illusion Labyrinth, and Susie's Space Compression Bomb. Under this energy impact, the Dark Flame Monarch finally collapsed, the Ghost Flame Realm regained stability, and the Black Shadow creature was sealed. Li Guang City and the Otherworld City were preserved again, and the world was temporarily calm. Chapter 19 Eternal Light. Back in Li Guang City, Seville stood on top of the observation tower, looking at the city under the setting sun. Residents live happily ever after, with laughter filling the streets and meteor showers twinkling in the night sky as if blessing the land. This is the world we protect. Seville whispered. Narian leaned on his shoulder and smiled, but you are still so adventurous. Adventure is a part of life, and wisdom and courage make it meaningful. Seville replied. The partners established the Otherworldly Adventure Academy to train a new generation of adventurers and monitor the abnormal forces of the otherworld. Li Guang City has become a miracle city where wisdom and magic coexist, and every resident can find their own courage between light and darkness. Chapter 20 The Perfect Ending. Years later, the legend of Li Guang City spread for thousands of miles, and the story of Seville Guang became a model for adventurers. Narian, Alavi, Charlene, and Susie each guard the peace in the city, while Seville continues to explore the unknown and embark on new adventures. The night sky of Li Guang City always shines, and every meteor seems to tell the story. Wisdom and courage can make the best times continue forever. Postscript. This is the best of times, because courage and wisdom are everywhere. This is the worst of times, because challenges and dangers are always around. This is the season of light and maybe the season of darkness. However, as long as there is hope, everyone can live their own legend in their own world. The story of Seville Guang is the light of Li Guang City and the dream of every explorer.